Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Whenever I need to be cheered up, not that I need a... Why even say that if I don't need to be cheered up? I don't know, okay? I could always use a cheer up. I usually go to, like, Philomena Cunk videos or Monty Python sometimes or Top Gear a lot.
Yeah, I'll react to that, sure.
Oh, you will? Thanks. Wow. I interrupted myself. That was my other video. So yeah, I picked Cunk because why not? Experts confuse Philomena Cunk Part 1. Let's go,
Jane
guys.
Austen.
Jane Austen was...
What exactly was Jane Austen?
Jane Austen was a woman from Hampshire who wrote novels.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it.
New Hampshire.
Absolutely.
The thing about St. George is that he wasn't actually English. His father came from the middle of what's now Turkey, and his mother came from Palestine, and he never actually came to England.
Oh, you're joking. Speaking as an expert in architecture, do you ever watch Homes Under the Hammer?
No, I don't, no.
You don't watch Homes Under the Hammer?
I've never seen it, no.
You've never seen Homes Under the Hammer?
I've never seen Homes Under the Hammer.
Why not? You must have heard about it.
I haven't heard about it, no.
Don't you and the other architects talk about it?
It's not a subject that's ever come up, no.
I think you'd enjoy it. I think you'd get a lot out of it.
I shall go and have a look, yes.
Yeah, I think you should.
Her mastery of just the comedy and her facial expressions is so impressive to me.
Enjoy it.
Sometimes me being impressed overrides me laughing, and that.
There are Homes Under the Hammer.
I've never seen Homes
right
Under
here.
the Hammer.
No,
Under
not.
the Hammer.
No. There. Am I weird? It's the slightest little, like, the smallest little movement of the cheek muscles that just made me laugh.
You've never Homes Under the Hammer.
I've never seen it, no.
You've never seen
I'm weird.
Homes Under the Hammer.
I've
Okay,
never
sorry,
seen
we're
Homes
going.
Under the Hammer.
Why not? You must have heard about it.
I haven't heard about it, no.
Don't you and the other architects talk about it?
It's not a subject that's ever come up, no.
I think you'd enjoy it. I think you'd get a lot out of it.
I shall go and have a look, yes.
Yeah, I think you should.
It's amazing to think that if anything happened to this, the entire works of Shakespeare will be lost forever. So before I touch it, I need to put on special white gloves.
Well, we don't actually need to wear white gloves, Philomena. The advice we have and the best practice we follow
What
is
about
not
finger oils?
to wear gloves.
Ugh, that's a weird word combination.
Gloves, Philomena. The advice we have and the best practice we follow is not to wear gloves because you lose the sensitivity in your fingers and you're more likely to damage the book by wearing gloves than not.
Good point.
Well, if you've got clean hands, we'd say take the gloves off and we don't need them at all.
Well, I've brought them, so...
It's very good of you to bring them, but we don't need them and we can't let you turn the pages of the book if you've got them on.
Simon Sharma gets to wear gloves.
But he doesn't wear them here.
Why not?
Because when we're handling books and documents, we don't need to wear gloves at all.
I feel like certain British people you need to push them so far and like repeatedly misunderstand them or ignore them for them to just be like, take the gloves off or get out of here. He's like, nope, well, I appreciate you got the gloves. Well, that's great. You have them on. But you see here, the sensitivity of the touch, get the hell out.
So what's the difference between a book and a folio?
Yeah.
Aristotle said...
What?
So what's the difference between a book and a folio?
Aristotle said a lot of clever things, didn't he? My favourite is, you've got to dance like nobody's watching. It's so true, and you can apply it to anything. Because my confidence is quite brittle at times, and I know I come across as quite confident, but sometimes when I'm talking to experts, I worry that, I might come across as a bit stupid. And when I think of Dance Like No One's Watching, that really helps me. It's like a gift. What made Aristotle think of that?
I'm not aware that Aristotle said that particular thing about dancing when no one's watching. I don't think he said that.
He did, didn't he?
If he did, I don't know, and I don't know why, but I don't think he did. Is there something similar that he might have said about something about one's confidence? I don't think so.
All right. Okay.
Is Richard III when he's trying to stop him becoming king.
Some of you aren't going to like this because you, like, if I say anything good about the American Office, you think I'm dogging. Michael Scott, okay? Fantastic. Or Steve Carell. Fantastic, just expressional comedy. That's who I thought of right there. So.
Okay.
Is Richard III when he's trying to stop him becoming king, and he uses the name Tudor just to mean this is some random Welsh person rather than an appropriate person to replace me as king. So the Tudors don't use the name Tudor very much at all. Some people refer to it as being their family name later on.
Sorry, I had that thing, you know, where your brain stops listening. Has a mummy ever ridden a bicycle?
Not that I know of, no. But the ancient Egyptians didn't have bicycles.
Right.
They didn't even have roads, so they couldn't have a bicycle because they couldn't ride a bicycle.
I don't know why I asked that. I couldn't think of anything else to say. What happened to Leica?
He looks like a pharaoh. What would a pharaoh look? I should have kept that in my head. Was gonna ask something. Now I forget. Bikes. Why weren't bikes? Bikes seem like something that could have been invented like 2,000 years ago. You know, but I think I'm like, well, where do you get a really good chain? Well, you can use a rope, probably. You know.
I expect they gave her a bone and a rub on the tummy when she. What happened to Leica? I expect they gave her a bone and a rub on the tummy when she got back.
Well, Leica unfortunately never made it back to Earth because shortly after launching, she overheated and she... Fortunately never made it back to Earth because shortly after launching, she overheated and she tragically passed away just a few hours after being launched.
You're fucking joking.
I wish I was. No, she was launched on a flight that was pretty much one way.
There's a dead dog in space. So there's a dead dog.
I have a few videos that I keep bookmarked for like whenever I need a mood boost, and this is getting the mark.
Somewhere in the back of a frame.
Tragically passed away just to Earth because shortly after launching, she overheated and she tragically passed away just a few hours after being launched.
You're fucking joking.
I wish I was. No, she was launched on a flight that was pretty much one way.
There's a dead dog in space. So there's a dead dog somewhere in the back of a frame of every film shot in space, like Star Wars.
I wouldn't say...
There are dead dogs in Star Wars. That is unacceptable.
Well, Leica's satellite eventually burned up in the Earth's atmosphere, but this was well after she'd passed away. As I say, it was just a few hours after launch that she died,
Sorry,
I think, of heat stress.
Have a minute's silence for Leica.
Sure.
There's a dead dog in space. Do you think we might be able to do something about it?
Stop it being incinerated?
Yeah, stop it being incinerated.
Give it up to the historians and just people on this show too, because they do such a good job.
Do you think we might be able to do something about it?
Scientists.
Stop it being incinerated?
Yeah, stop it being incinerated. Or the sun burning the earth. Can't we put it out with a big hose or something?
It's an inevitable consequence of the laws of nature.
You're pleased with that, are you? You're happy with that? You can live with that?
Well, there's nothing I can do.
Sadistic.
Also, the Andromeda Galaxy is going to hit us.
The Andromeda Galaxy? A whole galaxy is going to hit us?
Yeah. On about the same time scale, actually.
Where did the
Or are we about to hit Andromeda? See? Glass half empty.
Romans
We're not the main character. Okay, we
from?
might be.
On about the same time scale, actually.
Where did the Romans come from?
To begin with, they came from Rome,
Etruscans? No.
and then they came from the Roman Empire.
Right, but where in Britain did they come from?
Not from Britain, they came from Rome, which is in Italy.
Right, well, this is about the history of Britain, so where in Britain did they come from? Okay, let's pretend it's the 19...
He kind of looks like Jez from Peep Show. I can't get it out of my head. Is that Jez's
Where in Britain
uncle?
did they come from? Okay, let's pretend it's the 1980s and I'm Margaret Thatcher. This is a political interview. What would you ask me?
I think I would start by asking if this was the early part of her period in office, why she was setting interest rates so high, why she was allowing the exchange rate to go so high in a way that was really damaging British industry and causing a huge rise in unemployment, and didn't she think that she was causing huge unnecessary suffering?
You're not expecting me to answer that, seriously.
I almost fell asleep from that tone of voice.
You're not expecting me to answer that, seriously. Can you make it stop?
Yes, of course.
It's incredible, isn't it, that we're here now, but that voice came from years ago. If I speak into this trumpet bit, can I ask the person a question about what it's like where they are?
No, you can't, because the recording was made over 100 years ago.
Have you tried?
But it's a phonograph, doesn't it work like a phone?
A phonograph means sound writing in Greek, so it doesn't mean telephone.
So they can hear us, but they can't reply.
I wouldn't say they can't hear us. We hear them. We hear their recording.
They can't hear us and they can't reply to us.
I would say they can't, no.
So what's the point of it?
Well, it's so we can hear music and voice and sounds.
So can it record sounds that haven't happened yet?
No.
What about sounds that happened earlier?
I'm pausing. Forget it. I'm pausing. Whatever. Oh my God. I try to I love when a super smart person is asked a question, like a childish question, a super simple question that most normally intelligent people would just be like, oh, but if you're super smart, you're like, well, it's like everything's made out of atoms. What about shadows? What about dreams? Are dreams made out of atoms? Think about that.
No.
What about sounds that happened earlier?
If those sounds were recorded at the time, it can't capture something that's been in the past.
It seems quite limited, to be honest. To find out more about philosophy,
Nice grass.
I've got an expert here with me.
The grass I get it. I talk about grass a lot, and now I get self-conscious because you guys call it. No, I kind of like it when you call it out. It's fine. But the yellow to the green is a nice hue.
Philosophy, I've got an expert here with me. Or have I? Or am I here? Maybe I'm imagining them, or they're imagining me. Or am I? Hello, philosophy lady. Am I here?
Yes.
How do you know?
Well, I can see you, I can probably feel you, I can hear you.
Lovely warm hands.
Salt.
Thank you. It is possible that I'm dreaming.
Yeah. Or I could be dreaming too, couldn't I?
Oh, you could be dreaming, yes, but you asked me whether you were here.
So if I was dreaming, that wouldn't have happened. No, if you were dreaming, that wouldn't have happened.
If I were dreaming, then my belief that you are here might be false.
Right.
I've dreamed in a dream, guys. I woke. Oh, it was a nightmare. I remember exactly. Okay, I was junior year in college in New York City, in the house I lived in junior year in college with my roommate there. That doesn't matter. But anyways, I woke up, and it was kind of a nightmare, just like a scary, generally scary nightmare. And I thought, the thought came to me when I woke up that, oh my God, nightmare. And then something dragged me to the end of the bed, and then I woke up. That was nuts. Never forget that. Am I still dreaming? No, because then if you can think like, am I dreaming? I'll wake up instantly. And if you only one time, just fast forward if you want, okay? It's called lucid dreaming, where I thought, wait, am I dreaming? And I didn't wake up, but I knew I was dreaming. And I flew, like I tried to fly, and I went outside the house, and like I made a jump, and I kind of went up pretty high, but then came back down. Oh my God. It was so freaking cool. That's my story. What were we talking about?
So I can tell the belief that you are here might be false.
Right.
And unless I can tell that I'm not dreaming, therefore, it's possible that you're not here.
Yeah. But if we both sort of nip ourselves...
Well, the trouble with nipping yourself like that is you might dream that as well. I mean, any test you can do to see whether you're awake, you could do when you're asleep.
No. I'm the expert here, okay? If you think about if you're dreaming long enough, and then you're certain you're not in a dream, and you're still thinking... Like right now, I'll do it like, oh my God, am I dreaming? I would have woken up, but I also... I lost my train of thought.
Any belief you can do to see whether you're awake, you could do when you're asleep. Any belief that could be false if you were asleep is a belief of whose truth you can't be certain unless you can be certain that you're awake.
My favorite dream? Oh, good. I was going to say at the end. Not good, and that it's over. I love Philomena and Cunk. But my favorite dream is a great video as always. Love y'all. Hope you're all doing well. Chin up if you're not. Emotions are fickle. My favorite kind of reoccurring dream, it's not a setting or like a specific setting dream, but it's always usually skiing, okay? Where I'll be skiing, and I'll go off like a little jump, but I'll go like 2,000 feet in the air. And then I'll start to come down, and you get that like falling feeling, right? And you think you're going to land and just go splat or break your legs, but you land and you're fine, and then you can go up again. Oh, I love that dream. I would choose that dream every night if I could. It's a great video. I went on some tangents there. Love y'all. Hope you guys are all doing well. See you guys next time. Bye.